Welcome back, friends. Before we begin, I owe you an apology. I've been away for a while due to some personal reasons, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm back with another brilliant moment of the Duke. Summer 1971. A Hollywood assistant director screamed at a 13-year-old boy and fired him on the spot. In front of 50 crew members, nobody said a word. Then John Wayne stood up. But why he did it, that's what nobody expected. And 50 years later, that boy still has something that belongs to John Wayne. Here is the story. Summer 1971, New Mexico. The set of the Cowboys stretches across a vast, sunburned valley. Temperatures push past 100. Dust coats everything. Horses, equipment, people. The air smells like sagebrush and sweat. Director Mark Rydell is making a Western unlike anything Hollywood has attempted. He needs boys who can actually ride, not actors pretending. Real riders. Boys who grew up in the saddle, so they hire a mix. Some are sons of studio people, polished Los Angeles kids sent out for a summer adventure their parents arranged. Custom boots, new saddles, clean shirts every morning. And then there are the locals, ranch boys from the surrounding counties, boys who've been riding since before they could read. One of them is a 13-year-old named Danny. Danny isn't polished. His jeans are frayed at the knees. His boots are scuffed and a half size too big, handed down from his older brother. His saddle is borrowed, old leather, cracked along the skirt. But when Danny gets on a horse, something changes. He doesn't just sit on the animal. He moves with it, natural, effortless, the kind of riding you can't teach. Before we continue, quick question. Tell me where you watch from. Let's see which state has the most Duke fans. The cliques form fast. They always do. The wealthy kids stick together. They eat together, they ride together, and within the first week, they find their target, Danny. It starts small. Whispered comments when he walks past the catering tent. Laughter about his worn-out saddle. The kind of cruelty that's quiet enough for adults to miss, but loud enough for a 13-year-old to hear every single word. Leading the pack is a 14-year-old boy, confident, loud, the son of the first assistant director. That detail matters, because it means Danny has nowhere to go, no one to report to. The bully's father runs the set. 3 days before everything changes, Danny is near the holding pens, alone, adjusting the stirrups on his borrowed saddle, working quietly. The assistant director's son rides up with 2 friends. They circle Danny slowly. Then the AD's son pulls an empty soda can from his saddlebag and throws it. It hits Danny square in the shoulder. "Hey, farmer," the boy grins. "Where'd you find that saddle? The dump? My dad's lunch costs more than your whole horse." The other 2 laugh. One rides close enough to kick a cloud of dust across Danny's boots. Danny doesn't speak, doesn't flinch. He pauses, wipes the grit from his eyes, goes back to tightening the girth strap. His jaw is clenched so tight the muscles in his neck stand out. But he refuses to react. 50 yards away, sitting on the wooden steps of his trailer, John Wayne watches the entire thing. Wayne is 64, one lung. The thin mountain air makes every breath an effort. But his eyes are sharp as cut glass. He sees the can hit the boy's shoulder. He sees the dust kicked deliberately across the boots. He hears the laughter. His hand tightens around his script. His blue eyes go flat and cold. The look of a man cataloging a wrong. But Wayne doesn't move. He watches, waiting. He's an old-school man. You don't fight every battle for a kid. Sometimes you watch to see what the kid does next. Does he cry? Does he quit? Does he come back tomorrow? Wayne also notices something else. The first assistant director is standing 12 feet away. He sees his son throw the can. He hears the insults. And the man simply turns his back and walks toward the equipment trucks. Doesn't say a word to his boy. Protecting his son's cruelty with silence. Wayne files that away. The Duke never forgets a coward. Danny shows up the next morning, works twice as hard as the day before, doesn't mention the incident to anyone. Wayne notices that too. 3 days later, Thursday afternoon, 98 degrees. The crew is setting up a complex shot with the full herd. While cameras are being positioned, the boys are supposed to keep their horses steady on the perimeter. Danny is off to one side, away from the others, speaking softly to his gelding, keeping the animal calm in the brutal heat, just doing his job. The horse spooks. Nobody sees exactly why. A loud bang from the equipment truck, a snake in the brush, doesn't matter. The gelding rears up hard and twists. Danny, already exhausted from 3 weeks of 10-hour days, loses his grip. He hits the baked earth, hard. A cloud of red dust explodes around him. For 2 seconds, nobody moves. Then the laughter starts. The assistant director's son and his 2 friends, sitting on the fence, watching, pointing, laughing loud enough for the entire crew to hear. Danny pushes himself up slowly. His shirt is coated in red dirt. His hands are scraped, and there's a fresh cut on his left cheek where a sharp stone caught him. A thin line of blood runs toward his jaw. He reaches down for his hat. It's been trampled by the horse, crushed flat, ruined. That's when the first assistant director storms over. The man is drenched in sweat. 3 weeks of desert filming have destroyed his patience. The schedule is behind. The studio is pressuring him. He doesn't care why Danny fell. He doesn't ask if the boy is hurt. He sees a convenient target for 3 weeks of frustration, and he takes it. "What is wrong with you?" His voice cracks across the silent set like a whip. Every crew member freezes. "You can't even handle a simple horse? I knew we shouldn't have hired you local kids. You're a liability. You're done. Get your things and get off my set. Now." Danny stands there, 13 years old, bleeding, covered in dirt, clutching his ruined hat. 50 crew members watching. Nobody says a word. The boy's lip trembles. He bites down on it, hard. He will not cry in front of these people. He nods once, starts to turn away. But what nobody on that set knows is that John Wayne has been watching every second of this from the shade of his trailer. Wayne is sitting in a canvas chair. His personal assistant is beside him, going over the next day's call sheet. Wayne sees the fall, hears the laughter, and hears every word the assistant director screams at that boy. Wayne stops talking, mid-sentence. He sets his coffee cup down on the wooden crate beside him. The sound is sharp, final, like a judge dropping a gavel. "That's enough," Wayne says. Quiet. To nobody in particular. He stands up, 6'4". His shoulders fill the shade. He adjusts his belt, and he starts walking. That walk. Anyone who ever worked with John Wayne knew that walk. Slow, deliberate, heavy boots hitting dry ground. The rolling stride of a man who has never once in his life hurried toward trouble because trouble has always waited for him. His assistant watches Wayne go, knows instantly what's about to happen. He's seen that jaw set like concrete before. He falls in step behind Wayne, keeping 20 feet back. As the assistant crosses the open ground, he glances to his right. Near the horse pens, the set's still photographer is wandering with his camera, looking for candid production shots. The assistant catches his eye, doesn't say a word, just waves his hand sharply, points toward Wayne. A silent message. "Get over here. Now. Bring the camera." The photographer hustles over, falls in beside the assistant. They follow Wayne from a distance, watching. Wayne doesn't know they're there, doesn't know the photographer exists. His focus is locked straight ahead. The set has gone completely quiet. The assistant director, still glaring at Danny, notices the silence first. He turns around, and John Wayne is standing 3 feet behind him. The assistant director's face drains of color. Wayne looks down at the man, doesn't blink. When he speaks, his voice isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. In the desert silence, a whisper would carry for miles. "You don't run this set, mister." The assistant director opens his mouth. Nothing comes out. "I chose that boy," Wayne continues, one step closer. "Not you." He lets the words hang. 3 seconds. 4. The silence is devastating. The boys on the fence look like they want to disappear. The AD's son has gone white. Wayne turns his back on the man, a complete dismissal, as if the assistant director has simply ceased to exist. He walks to Danny. The boy is still standing where the AD left him, shaking, blood drying on his cheek, dust coating every inch of his clothes, his ruined hat crushed in his fist. And here is where John Wayne does something that 50 crew members will never forget. The cold fury vanishes from his face, instantly, like a switch. What replaces it is something far more powerful: warmth. Wayne reaches out and pulls the boy close, tucks him under his arm, the way a father holds a son after a bad day. Protective, safe. His massive frame shielding Danny from every set of eyes on that dusty lot.
"You took a hard fall, son," Wayne says softly.
Danny nods, stares at the ground. "Yes, sir." "Know what a real cowboy does when he falls off?" Danny looks up. His eyes are wet, but he hasn't cried. Not once. "Gets back on, sir?" Wayne smiles, a real smile. "That's right." Wayne looks at the wrecked hat in Danny's hand. Then he reaches up, slowly, and takes off his own hat. The Stetson, sweat-stained, perfectly shaped, the most recognizable silhouette in American cinema. He places it gently on Danny's head. The hat is enormous. It drops down past the boy's eyebrows, practically swallowing his face. But Danny doesn't push it back. He stands a little taller, stands completely still under Wayne's arm, wearing a hat that's worth more than everything his family owns. "Now go get your horse, cowboy," Wayne says, loud enough for every silent bully and every frozen crew member to hear clearly. "We've got a picture to make." 20 feet away, the set photographer raises his camera. Wayne doesn't see him. Danny doesn't see him. Click. One frame. That's all. The background melts into soft blur. The frightened bullies, the pale assistant director, the watching crew, all gone, out of focus. The photograph holds only two people. A 13-year-old boy, red dirt on his clothes, a thin cut on his cheek, standing under a massive, famous Stetson that covers half his face, and John Wayne, in profile, his arm wrapped around the boy's shoulders, pulling him close. The look on his face isn't Rooster Cogburn, isn't Ethan Edwards, isn't the gunfighter or the soldier or the marshal. It's the look of a father. Wayne never knew that photograph was taken. He never used it for publicity. He never mentioned the incident in an interview. It was just Tuesday. But the aftermath was immediate. The bullying stopped that afternoon. Completely. The assistant director never raised his voice to Danny again. The wealthy boys avoided him entirely, because everyone on that set understood exactly who was watching over the boy in the borrowed saddle. When filming wrapped months later, wardrobe came to collect the costumes. They found Danny still wearing the Stetson. Asked for it back. Danny held it tight. "Mr. Wayne gave me this." The wardrobe supervisor went to Wayne's trailer to complain that a local extra was keeping a custom $300 hat. Wayne didn't look up from his newspaper. "I didn't loan it. I gave it. Buy me another one." Danny takes the hat home to his family's small ranch. He keeps it in a glass case in his bedroom. Doesn't wear it. Too precious for that. But every morning he looks at it, remembers the weight of Wayne's arm around his shoulders, remembers the words, gets back on. 30 years later, Danny owns his own ranch, employs a dozen young hands, teaches them to ride, teaches them to work. And sitting behind glass in his office is an oversized Stetson and a grainy black and white photograph of a towering man placing that hat onto a dusty, bleeding boy. When a new hand shows up nervous, or gets thrown from a horse, or gets laughed at by the older riders, Danny takes them into his office, points to the photograph. "See that man? That's John Wayne. And see that kid? That's me. I was 13. I'd just been fired and humiliated in front of 50 people, and the biggest movie star in the world walked over and put his own hat on my head. You know why?" The young hand shakes his head. "Because a real man doesn't use his strength to push people down. He uses it to pick them up. That's what Wayne taught me, and that's what I'm teaching you. The photograph stays on the wall. The hat stays behind glass. And every young rider who walks through Danny's ranch learns the same lesson John Wayne taught on a dusty set in New Mexico. A real cowboy falls. That's just part of it. What matters is getting back on. Once again, I want to apologize for being away so long. I missed telling these stories, and I missed all of you. I promise I'll be back with more. In the meantime, if you're new here or if it's been a while, head over to our channel and check out some of the other stories. There are plenty of Duke moments waiting for you there. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And unfortunately, they don't make men like John Wayne anymore.